Okay, so we're looking at a long E pattern. This is the top part of an S3XL. It's an S2EXL, and it's root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the pattern part, P4 tuning, not a fretboard, because it could be anywhere. We're going to put it in a particular place, and it's going to be exactly where it needs to be. Because, let's see, what are we on, the E shape here? Okay, we could play this. This is just a pattern. You know, you don't see any lines through notes, so there's no staff locator where this is. You know that 7 root 2 is going to be middle C, okay, on the middle C line, but that doesn't mean it has to be middle C. There are E string shapes that are not middle C. They're going to have root. They're going to be a lower C, even an ultra low C, or a high C, or a way up C. Okay, so the long E pattern would be, in the key of C, would be just like that, and then warp up 6, 7 root, and then 2, 3, 4. That F up there, this is left over from pentatonic considerations. All right, so that's the pattern that we're going to be looking at, the long E pattern. Now let me just, let's just, I guess that's not, whoa. Well, there goes our long E pattern. I moved the whole chart to the beginning chart of the file charts that I'm keeping, which is probably about 50 charts before this one. Obviously, it's an older chart there, 145. Yeah, that's the oldest chart that I keep in that file. Okay, so we're back to today here. Here's our long pattern stack. Okay, I should have an E over here, because this is the, you know, we're looking at this long E pattern here. So, and of course the pattern would repeat. So there's our E there. All right, we're going to go root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. And what we're going to do, watch how this works now. Watch how this works. So I guess up here we can look at it, but we're going to wait till we get up there in a minute or two, because that's a little gaudy up there. Okay, and I see I kind of wrote over the E pattern there. Now why did I do that? I don't know. Okay, we had a little technical difficulty there. I had to fix the chart. I had made a mistake. Sometimes I do pasting errors. I paste something twice or something in it, or just lose track of it. But here's what we're looking at now. So on the real fretboard, okay, that S4E, it's a long E pattern, or an E long pattern. Start LR, end UR. So start lower root and end with upper root, and you know in the middle is middle root, middle C. Okay, wow, I can see over here the trees are blowing and changing the sunlight. That's wind. So here, if we start a long E pattern, where is that on the fretboard? Now I've you know, made this cast. This is ironclad. Here is the guitar fret nut, usual tuning, normal E tuned. Down here below the capo is my zone here, this C zone, guitar fret nut. This is imaginary, but this is this one. This is down C tuned. So here's yours. Here's your situation here. Guitar fret nut, normal E tuned. Okay, so let's just look. Where is that note? Where is that 3, and why is there a line through it? We see there's 3 there. Where'd that go? Right there, sorry. This is the open E and it has a line through it. How do we find that note? What's the lowest note on the guitar? Okay, so we can see that it's 3 notes up from way low root. Okay, so zoom up here, we go to way low root right here. Here's the bass clef right here. Way low root, 3 notes up. It's 1 note below the line, and it's got a line through it. So it's like a planetary note. It's got a line through it or something like that. All right. Now this is the D. That's the note in between lines. Okay, that's like sunset note, you know, because you see these are the clouds. You got to have an imagination for this stuff. Anyway, so that would be there. That's where that note would be. So this is the lowest note on the guitar in normal tuning. This is my lowest note with the way I have my guitar tuned. Okay, we are going to get through this. So if we started over here, this is where your guitar is. Okay, we're going to look at, so this is the C box, the A box. Okay, see here, see this thing right here? Oh, okay, that's half diminished sign. That's not left over from an illustration. I was gonna get mad. I'm seeing things, getting paranoid. Okay, so then there's the G box. So here's our C box. Here's our A box. Here's our G box. Okay, so C box, A box, G box, and then we're going all the way up here to the E and the D box here. Now, we're primarily concerned with the E box here because we're going to do a long pattern from there. Because here it plays into that D box pattern. Now that D box pattern goes, this is key of C. Okay, so why am I doing this? Because it says lower C, here's L, lower C. So when we look at the E pattern, the E box, okay, and we start a long E pattern. I knew this was an advanced topic before we start. We'll get to the bottom of the chart here. But this goes from lower root to upper root and has middle C right there. So that's what it has. So it has lower C, okay? So here's lower root is lower C. We're going to do a C minor 7th and then a D minor 7th. And if we want to build little 4-note chords on that, we can go C minor 7th. So starting from lower C, here's middle C. Oh, my piano turned itself off. I'm getting bored with this. Here's lower C. So we could start a C minor 7th, and then we can do a D minor 7th from there. On top of there on the other side, we should be able to do a D minor 7th. Let's look at that. Root, 3, 5, 7. Now we go up to 2 on top of that. Okay, we got the D minor 7th right there. All right. If we're going to do the you know, the D minor 7 underneath that, down to way low, we've got to share that C. Okay? So it's really every other note, every other note, every other note. If we're starting on a sunset note, let's call it, this is a sunset note. It's in between the clouds, cloud layer on top, cloud layer on the bottom. It's like a sunset note. This is a planetary note, like that. If you don't, I mean, I'm just trying to see it somehow. So if we've got just an in-between note in between lines, starting here on C, we're just going to go every other note on the white notes of the piano. C, E, G, B, D, F, A, C. Okay, so we can do that down here.